The woman woke suddenly in the middle of the night. Something sweet was in the air. Her throat burned. Her arms felt heavy. Her legs would not move. She tried to call for her husband. No sound came out. Then she looked toward the window and saw a man standing outside, watching her. In 1944, an American town believed someone was creeping through neighborhoods at night, releasing poisonous gas into family homes. And no one could stop him. The town was Mattoon, Illinois, a quiet Midwestern community of around 15,000 people. World War II was still raging overseas. Men were away fighting, factories in town were busy, and everyone was already on edge. And then in late summer of 1944, strange reports started spreading through town. A woman said she'd smelled a sweet perfume drifting into her bedroom at night. Moments later, she felt weak. Her mouth went numb. Her legs stopped responding. Then quickly, another family reported a sickening odor entering through an open window. Then dizziness and paralysis. It didn't take long for panic to spread. People across Mattoon started saying the same thing. Someone was appearing in the night, choosing homes at random, and poisoning the people inside. Descriptions of the alleged attacker varied. Some witnesses claimed they saw a tall man in dark clothing. Others described a shadow moving quickly through the yards. Some said he wore a strange mask. But others only saw eyes reflecting in the dark. One woman insisted she saw a man crouched outside her window just before the gas entered the room, while another family reported hearing footsteps and scraping sounds in their house right before the attack. So people all over town began sitting awake in bed with shotguns laid across their laps. They nailed their windows shut, kept their porch lights on all night, pinned their curtains closed. But it didn't seem to matter, because whenever people thought they were finally safe, another report came in. Another bedroom, another sweet smell, another person unable to move. And the worst part was, no one ever caught him. Soon, fear infected Mattoon. People stopped trusting their own neighbors, and every late-night sound became suspicious. Dogs barking meant he was nearby. A shadow crossing a fence meant he was back. If someone smelled paint, flowers, cleaning products, or exhaust, they thought the mad gasser had returned. Police were flooded with calls, and some officers believed a prowler was terrorizing residents. But others became convinced that people were simply frightening themselves and whipping the town into a frenzy. Because despite all the reports, there was almost no evidence. No broken windows, no gas canisters, no footprints that clearly led anywhere, no confirmed attack in progress. And the police never held any suspect long enough to prove anything. But people were getting sick. Some reported vomiting, weakness, numbness, even temporary paralysis. So if there was no real attacker, what was actually happening? Let's dig into the files. So, one theory was that the town of Mattoon was experiencing mass hysteria. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and cultural historians believe that fear and ideas can spread like a virus. If enough people believe real danger is outside the window, their minds and bodies can respond in terrifying ways. Essentially, even if no one was really there, they could still experience the same mental and physical effects that they would if a terrifying man in a gas mask was actually outside. Another theory blamed wartime industry. Nearby factories used paints, chemicals, solvents, and different gases in support of the American war effort. So could fumes have drifted through the neighborhoods at night? Could residents have mistaken accidental exposure for attacks, especially if they were already on edge? But others believe copycats were involved. They claim that once the story spread, pranksters may have leaned into the panic. So even if they weren't truly releasing a dangerous substance into people's homes, they were appearing outside of bedroom windows and doing other things to stoke the town's fears. But some contend that despite the lack of real physical evidence, there is still only one legitimate explanation: that there was truly a man moving through Mattoon after midnight, testing doors, watching windows, and waiting for the lights to go out. Not long after summer ended, and almost as suddenly as they began, the attacks faded. There were fewer calls to the police, fewer sightings, fewer strange odors in the night. And there was no dramatic arrest, no confession, no final chase through dark streets like in a movie. The mad gasser simply vanished. He left behind headlines, police reports, frightened families, and a question that no one has ever really settled. Was Mattoon stalked by a real criminal? Or did their own fears and panic just give rise to an urban legend? Imagine lying awake in bed, smelling something sweet in the dark, and wondering if the figure outside your window is real, or if he's just there because everyone says he is. So what do you think happened in Mattoon? Real attacker, chemical exposure, mass hysteria, something totally different? Let me know in the comments. And look out for the next case file from Adjunct Horror, because it is even stranger than this one.